Calling all nurses, your financial freedom awaits. You dedicate your lives to caring for others. You work tirelessly, often sacrificing your own well-being. You deserve financial security and peace of mind. Today, we embark on a journey towards financial freedom, specifically designed for nurses like you. Get ready to discover the difference between being rich and being wealthy. This knowledge is your key to unlocking a brighter financial future. You know the true value of hard work, but financial well-being is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Let's begin. Rich versus wealthy, unmasking the difference. Many people use the terms rich and wealthy interchangeably, but there's a crucial difference. Being rich is like having a fancy sports car. It's flashy, it turns heads, but it might not last. Rich is often about appearances. It's about having a high income and spending it on material possessions. Wealth, on the other hand, is about building a solid foundation. It's about creating financial security that lasts. Wealth is about having assets that grow over time, like investments and savings. Get ready to redefine your relationship with money and embark on a transformative journey towards true financial freedom. The rich living on a paycheck, no matter how big. Let's be honest, we've all daydreamed about winning the lottery. Picture this: a brand new car, a luxurious vacation, maybe even a new wardrobe. You feel rich, right? But what happens when that money runs out? Being rich is often about instant gratification. It's about having a high income, but not necessarily having the financial knowledge or discipline to make it last. Imagine a nurse who earns a six-figure salary but lives paycheck to paycheck, struggling to keep up with their lifestyle. This is the trap of being rich but not wealthy. The wealthy, masters of their money, not slaves to it. Now, imagine another nurse. They might not have the flashiest car or the most expensive clothes, but they have something far more valuable: financial peace of mind. The wealthy focus on building assets, like investments and savings, that generate income and grow over time. They live below their means, save diligently, and invest wisely. This nurse might not have a six-figure salary, but they live comfortably within their means. They have an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses, a growing retirement account, and a plan for their financial future. True wealth is about having financial freedom and options. Which lane are you in? The choice is yours. So, which lane resonates more with you? Are you living in the fast lane of being rich? Or are you steadily building a path towards lasting wealth? The important thing is to recognize the difference and make a conscious choice about the financial future you want to create. The good news is, you have the power to change lanes. You can shift your mindset from instant gratification to long-term financial security. It all starts with knowledge and a commitment to making your financial well-being a priority. In the upcoming sections, we'll explore actionable steps you can take to transition from being rich to being wealthy. Remember, financial freedom is within your reach. The long game. Why wealth outlives riches. Think of it like this: riches are a sprint, while wealth is a marathon. And we all know nurses are marathoners, not sprinters. You might sprint ahead with a sudden influx of cash, buying flashy things and living large, like that time you splurged on the latest stethoscope model. But just like a sprint, it's unsustainable. Remember, you can't run a code blue forever. Wealth, on the other hand, is about pacing yourself. It's like pacing your coffee intake during a 12-hour shift. It's about making smart financial decisions today that will benefit you for years to come. Think of it as charting your financial vitals. It's about consistency and discipline, like always remembering to sign off your charts. Imagine two nurses nearing retirement. One focused on being rich, spending lavishly, and making impulsive financial decisions, like buying all the latest scrubs in every color. The other nurse lived below their means, invested wisely, and built a secure financial foundation. They probably even packed their lunch every day. This is the legacy of true wealth. Remember, financial freedom is the best medicine. Peace of mind, the ultimate luxury of wealth. Let's talk about something money can't buy. Peace of mind. You know, like a shift without a code blue. It's about sleeping soundly at night, knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way. Even if it's a 3 a.m. call from the hospital. Being rich might offer temporary excitement, but it rarely brings true peace of mind. Kind of like a new stethoscope. Exciting, but it won't chart for you. Constantly chasing the next big thing can take a toll on your mental and emotional well-being, just like chasing after that elusive perfect IV start. Wealth, on the other hand, is like an inner sanctuary. Think of it as your own personal break room, always stocked with coffee. It's knowing you have a safety net, a financial cushion that allows you to breathe a little easier, having a backup pair of scrubs in your locker. This peace of mind is priceless, and it's a cornerstone of true wealth, just like finding an empty elevator when you're transporting a patient. From paycheck to financial freedom, it's possible. Yes, even for us nurses who sometimes feel like we're just here to pay bills and buy coffee. You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but I'm a nurse, not a Wall Street tycoon. I mean, my idea of a big investment is buying an extra large coffee on a Monday. How can I possibly achieve this level of financial freedom? I can barely find time to eat lunch, let alone manage my finances. Here's the good news. Wealth building isn't reserved for the elite. It's accessible to everyone, including hardworking nurses like you. Yes, even if your idea of a stock is the supply room inventory. It's about shifting your mindset, adopting healthy financial habits, and making consistent progress over time. Think of it like charting a patient's progress, but with your bank account. The first step is acknowledging where you are and where you want to be. Are you currently living paycheck to paycheck? Or as we call it, paycheck to preceptor. Are you currently living paycheck to paycheck? Do you have any savings or investments? Are you carrying debt? Or as we like to say, student loans that could buy a small country? Once you have a clear picture of your current financial situation, you can start setting realistic goals and creating a plan to achieve them. Remember, even small steps can lead to big changes, just like how a single shift can feel like a marathon. Congratulations! You've made it through another shift without a coffee IV. By understanding the difference between being rich and being wealthy, you've already taken the first step towards financial empowerment. And no, it doesn't involve a magic pill. Now, let's turn that knowledge into action, just like turning caffeine into patient care. Remember, financial freedom is a journey, not a destination, kind of like finding a vein on the first try. It's about making conscious choices today that will pave the way for a more secure and fulfilling tomorrow. Think of it as charting your financial vitals. The good news is, you don't need a windfall of cash or a Wall Street salary to start building wealth, even if your paycheck feels like it's on life support. Small, consistent steps can lead to significant results over time. Just like those 12-hour shifts add up. Start by setting realistic financial goals. And no, winning the lottery doesn't count. Do you want to pay off debt? Build an emergency fund? Invest for retirement? Or maybe just afford that fancy stethoscope? Write down your goals and break them down into smaller, manageable steps, just like breaking down a 12-hour shift into coffee breaks. Let's explore some practical strategies to get you started, because just like in nursing, a good plan can make all the difference. Budgeting often gets a bad rap. It's seen as restrictive, boring, and something only accountants enjoy. Kind of like charting after a 12-hour shift, right? But in reality, budgeting is your secret weapon to financial freedom. Think of it as your financial stethoscope. It's about taking control of your money, not letting it control you, just like you take control of a code blue situation. Think of it as a financial roadmap, guiding you towards your goals and helping you make informed spending decisions, like finding the quickest route to the coffee machine. The first step is to track your income and expenses. Consider it your financial vital signs. Where does your money go each month? Is it sneaking off like a patient who just needs a smoke break? You can use a budgeting app, a spreadsheet, or even a simple notebook. Whatever works best for you, just like your favorite pen for charting. Once you have a clear picture of your cash flow, you can start identifying areas where you can cut back and save more. Think of it as finding that extra stash of gauze in the supply room. Investing 101. Growing your wealth, seed by seed. Investing might seem intimidating, especially if you're new to the game. Kind of like trying to find a vein on a patient with invisible veins, right? But it's one of the most powerful tools you have for building long-term wealth. Think of it as the financial equivalent of a well-placed IV. Remember the concept of compound interest? It's like that one patient who keeps coming back, but in a good way. It's like magic, but instead of wands, you use your money. And no, you can't use your stethoscope to listen to your bank account grow. When you invest, your money has the potential to grow exponentially over time, just like your patience during a double shift. Even small, regular investments can accumulate significantly over the years, thanks to the power of compounding, kind of like how coffee breaks add up to keep you sane. The key is to start early and stay consistent, like charting, but way more fun. There are various investment options available, from stocks and bonds to mutual funds and real estate. It's like choosing between night shift, day shift, or per diem. Take your time, do your research, and consider seeking advice from a financial advisor. Think of them as your financial charge nurse. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your wealth grow, just like your collection of scrubs. Seeking expert guidance. You don't have to navigate alone. Navigating the world of finance can feel overwhelming, especially with so much information available. It's like trying to find a vein on a dehydrated patient, frustrating and seemingly impossible. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. Just like you wouldn't perform surgery without a team, you shouldn't tackle finances solo. Just like you consult medical professionals for your health, seeking guidance from financial experts can empower you to make informed decisions about your money. Think of them as your financial charge nurse. A financial advisor can help you create a personalized financial plan, choose the right investments, plan for retirement, and avoid financial code blues, and navigate complex financial situations. It's like having a seasoned nurse preceptor guiding you through your first day on the job. Think of them as your financial coaches, providing support and guidance every step of the way. They're like the head nurse who always knows the right protocol. A good financial advisor will empower you to make informed decisions and take control of your financial future. It's like finally mastering the art of IV insertion, confidence boosting and life-changing. Your journey towards wealth starts today. So scrub in, because it's time to take charge of your financial health. Real nurses, real wealth. Stories of inspiration. You've learned the difference between being rich and being wealthy. And no, it's not just about having more syringes than your colleagues. You've grasped the importance of budgeting, investing, and seeking expert guidance, just like you wouldn't start an IV without checking the vein first, right? Now, let's hear from real-life nurses who've successfully navigated this path, proving that financial freedom is achievable for everyone in Scrubs. And no, it doesn't involve winning the hospital lottery. These aren't tales of overnight riches or lottery wins. No magic potions here, just good old-fashioned hard work. These are stories of dedication, discipline, and a commitment to building a brighter future. Think of it as charting your financial vitals. Meet Sarah, an ER nurse who transformed her finances by diligently saving and investing a portion of each paycheck. She's got more savings than a hospital has Band-Aids. Today, she enjoys financial security and the freedom to pursue her passion for photography, because even nurses need a break from the beeping monitors and the rapid responses and code blues. From scrubs to stocks. A nurse's journey to financial independence. And no, this isn't about trading your stethoscope for a stock ticker. Meet Maria, a single mother working as a registered nurse in a busy city hospital. Life wasn't always easy. Know you're a nurse when you can triage a patient and balance a checkbook at the same time. Working long hours to provide for her 2 young children, she struggled to make ends meet, often living paycheck to paycheck with little left for savings. It's like trying to resuscitate your bank account after every shift. One day, she stumbled upon a financial literacy workshop offered at her hospital, because who knew hospitals could offer more than just 12-hour shifts and endless coffee? Intrigued, she decided to attend, hoping to gain some insight into managing her finances better. After all, if she could handle a code blue, she could handle a budget. The workshop opened her eyes to the world of investing and the power of compound interest. Inspired, Maria started small. Just like starting an IV, you have to find the right vein, or in this case, the right investment. She began by cutting back on unnecessary expenses and diligently saving a small portion of each paycheck. Think of it as giving your wallet a little TLC. Years later, Maria's consistent efforts paid off, providing her with a growing sense of financial security. Because just like in nursing, consistency and care lead to the best outcomes. Breaking barriers. How one nurse invested her way to early retirement. Let's meet James, a nurse who always dreamed of retiring early to travel the world. You know, the kind of dream you have after a double shift when you can't remember if you gave Mrs. Smith her meds or just a cup of water. He knew that achieving this goal would require careful planning and a disciplined approach to his finances, kind of like making sure you don't mix up the patient's chart with your grocery list. James started by creating a detailed budget, tracking his income and expenses meticulously. Think of it as charting, but for your wallet. This allowed him to identify areas where he could cut back and free up more money for savings and investments, realizing you don't need that 3rd cup of coffee from the hospital cafeteria every day. Through years of consistent saving, investing, and living below his means, James achieved his dream of early retirement. No, he didn't have to sell his soul to the night shift to do it. He now enjoys the freedom to travel the world, write his memoirs, and spend quality time with loved ones. He doesn't have to worry about getting called in for an extra shift ever again. Your prescription for financial wellness. Remember those long shifts, those sleepless nights, those moments you poured your heart and soul into caring for others? And let's not forget the endless coffee runs. You, my dear nurses, are heroes. And not just because you can find a vein in the dark. You deserve financial security just as much as the patients you tirelessly attend to. After all, who else can turn a piggy bank into a savings plan with just a few spare coins? Today, we've journeyed from the flashy facade of being rich to the enduring strength of being wealthy. Because let's face it, who has time for yachts when you're on a 12-hour shift? We've debunked the myth that financial freedom is reserved for the privileged few, even if your idea of luxury is a nap longer than 20 minutes. We've seen how nurses, with their unwavering dedication and a sprinkle of financial wisdom, can build a future free from money worries, and maybe even afford that fancy stethoscope you've been eyeing. Think of this newfound knowledge as your prescription for financial wellness. Side effects may include a sudden urge to check your bank balance. Budgeting is your daily dose of financial awareness, keeping you in control of your money flow, just like keeping track of patient charts, but way more fun. Investing, even with small amounts, is your long-term treatment plan, steadily growing your wealth over time. Think of it as giving your money a little TLC. And seeking expert guidance is like consulting a specialist, ensuring you're on the right track to financial health. Because even superheroes need a sidekick. Just like any prescription, consistency is key. And no, you can't skip doses. Make time for your financial well-being, just as you would for your physical and mental health. After all, a healthy wallet leads to a happy nurse. Remember, small, consistent actions, compounded over time, yield extraordinary results, just like those tiny coffee breaks that keep you going through the night shift. Claim your financial freedom. The time is now. No, you don't need a doctor's order for this one. Advocate for your well-being. Remember, you can't pour from an empty IV bag. Extend compassion to yourself, even if it means prescribing yourself a day off. Start saving today. Think of it as a financial CPR, consistent, persistent, and reliable. Overcome financial jargon. It's like learning medical terminology, but with fewer Latin roots. Claim your financial freedom now. STAT. Envision your ideal future. Maybe one where you don't have to work a double shift. Dream of early retirement, travel, or financial security. Because who wouldn't want to trade scrubs for flip-flops? Hold that vision close, like you hold your coffee on a night shift. You are not alone, just like you're never alone on a busy ward. Connect with fellow nurses. Share tips, tricks, and maybe a few laughs. Seek financial literacy resources. Think of it as continuing education, but for your wallet. Believe in your potential. You've handled code blues, you can handle this. Achieve incredible things, like getting through a shift without spilling coffee. Transform your financial future, one step at a time, like a 12-hour shift. The path to financial freedom awaits, and it's less crowded than the ER. Take that first step today. No need for a pre-authorization. You deserve it. Now go make it happen. And remember, laughter is the best medicine. Thank you for watching Nurse Financiers, and see you in the next video. As remember, as I always say, stay financially informed. Bye for now. Nurse Financia is clocking out.